Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we want to take a look at Zamazenta in the Ultra League. I wanted to give this Pokemon a try here to see if this Pokemon can also perform in this league. And honestly, it wasn't ranked really low either, so I thought it would be kind of an interesting Pokemon to take a look at. Let's see on how this is going to work. You have Ice Fang here as a fast move, which is just better in the current meta compared to the Metal Claw. Also, especially nowadays, the Zygarde Complete form is the better Pokemon for the Ultra League compared to the Master League, with all of the answers to it in the Master League. I guess nowadays it's a little bit better again to play. It's like always changes. Like now with like the ground type coverage, it's kind of cool against like the Zamazenta Zacian, but Zacian still beats it quite hard. So I don't know, but yeah. Generally speaking, it is most likely a little bit better still in the Open Ultra League to have the Zygarde Complete form compared to the Open Master League, and so hopefully we're going to be able to see some Pokemon here today that we're going to be able to destroy with the Ice Fang. And I see one already in the first battle, which is going to be that Giratina. And so let's see on how this is going to go. We will have the shield coming up here from our Dusknoir, which is going to try to just get the final shield from the opponent, because when shields are down, Zamazenta goes to town, I guess, because we're going to let this move go here and see what Zamazenta can do for us in this battle. We can swap out of here and Ice Fang is going to chunk away their health, and sadly they forfeit already. I want to see the damage output, but I was not able to do that. Anyway, we're going to encounter here now Steelix against us next. They're going to go straight for the charge move, which means it's either the Breaking Swipe or it's going to be the Psychic Fangs. Psychic Fangs it is. I can go for the bait here. I could also go for the Dynamic Punch to have more of a solid play there. Like you're always going to get something from that basically. But as we see here as well, we were able to get a shield. We also put them already into range for an Earthquake, which is really nice. Or close combat, so like the fast move pressure already is going to be quite helpful. In comes Zygarde Complete. Here I make a bit of a mistake. I should just went for the Psychic Fang spam. There was no point of going for the Earthquake here, because look at the damage, it's like pitiful, like it's really don't do any damage there at all. I still have to go for another charge move here in order to try to get the clock down, but they're still going to go for a charge move, and as they only went for 5 fast moves, it's going to be the Bulldoze. But if I just went for double Psychic Fangs, I would have been able to put them here into perfect range where Ice Fang down is a possible option. But as you still see here, we're going to be able to take a hit quite easily. We still have very solid bulk actually on the Zamazenta. And now, of course, with the debuff that we got from Bulldoze, the confusion damage of the Cresselia is kind of adding up. But also, Behemoth Bash is doing some solid damage against them. And with that, we're going to be able to do a lot more damage up against the opponent here. Behemoth Bash is coming through again here. And this is going to be quite nice as we have the Cresselia at red health, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna use my Steelix here in order to soak up some damage. I don't really want to stay in this matchup for ages because I could just swap out and farm them down with Astonish, but we want to get both Grass Knobs off against us here. And as you see, they actually swap out into their Zygarde, but I would have not been able to farm them down. It's a triple resistant Thunder Fang otherwise, but we have at least an Earthquake still stored. Let's see what's coming in next. It's going to be the Steelix from the opponent. I am going to go ahead and go for the bait. I should be in an alright spot, especially with the bait connecting here, but I have to still get to that Dynamic Punch. But as you see, I got the free fast move in from them. That is going to be super important because like this, I will be able to go for the charge move here, knock out that Steelix, and one more fast move is enough for also that Cresselia. Moving on, Dusknoir against Dusknoir. That's going to be an interesting matchup. We're just going to play that one out. I'm going to try to get myself a shield advantage here early on, but I'm mostly going to lose that shield advantage soon anyway because, yeah, our backlane is very weak to the fighting typing there as well, so they have that Dynamic Punch still. And I'm going to go into my Zamazenta. I can go for an Ice Fang, and I guess I can just shield and farm down. As long as they go for Dynamic Punch here, which they do, I should be able to get this done. Now I have an energy lead on my Zamazenta, which is cool. And they're going to go into Tinkaton, which is honestly alright for me. Close Combat is going to be the best move I can go for here, because this is going to be some nice hard-hitting damage, I wanted to say. But honestly, I'm a bit surprised. Like, it's a stab neutral close combat and doesn't do even half health of a Tinkaton. Like, Tinkaton is so bulky. Definitely a Pokemon I want to still build for the Open Ultra League as well. I don't think I have the XL Candy for it yet. But, yeah, that was kind of surprising in my opinion. Anyway, a lot of exciting things coming up for the next week, by the way, for Pokemon Go as well. We're going to have a new Pokemon coming out tomorrow as well with the Syrian Lilligant. But also we're going to be able to take a look at the Aegislash very, very soon, which I'm quite excited for. Yeah, very much excited for, to be fair. But yeah, let's see here. We're going to have the Behemoth Bash coming through from our Zamazenta. This is going to be alright. This is going to get the shield from the opponent, and as we will see here as well, we're going to be able to go for the no shield here against the opponent as well. That's going to be alright here. We are going to be able to go into our Steelix, and we can let this next move go through. This is going to be cool for us. Again, we're going to be able to go for the full farm down here nearly. But as you see, actually the Thunder Fang is really not doing damage. What I kind of realized today is for sure that I wish I had a Shadow Steelix for the Open Ultra League. Shadow Steelix would have been so much better in a lot of the matchups that I had with this Pokemon here today. So if you want to try this team here just for fun, go for Shadow Steelix if you can. Definitely worth it. Anyway, let's take a look here at the next opponent. We are going to see the Scissor against us. That is going to be alright. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for some hard-hitting Shadow Punches. But they're going to have, of course, Night Slash. And they have, of course, also the chance to boost themselves by 2 stages, which they're going to get here straight away. Which is quite unfortunate for us, of course, that they're going to get this straight away. But it's alright. We're going to be able to go into our own Steelix here now. We can go ahead and go for an Earthquake against this Gasslot there. I have the Ice Fang still on the Pokemon in the back. And also the cool thing here is I actually resist every single hit from the opponent with a Zamazenta. Zamazenta is the hardest wall to the opponent's Gasslot, kinda. And so I got the shield here. I don't really want to go for another charge move. I would rather keep my energy, because what I can do is I can just go ahead and go for my swap soon, but I don't. I'd just rather stay in here. That's not really ideal, I think. But I guess I want to keep alignment, which is alright. But let's see how things gonna go here. I'm not gonna be able to go for another charge move. They're gonna go for a charge move themselves now. I know that I could have played it a bit better. I honestly don't really know. But let's see here. We are going to be able to go for the no shield, of course. Everything is going to be resisted. Brutal Swing doesn't do damage, and we can farm them down. But let's see on how things are going to work out for us. Now we're going to be able to go for a charge move here. Close Combat is coming through. That is alright. This is going to do some solid damage against the Lapras. But again, I'm actually surprised on how little damage the moves do here. I know it's Ultra League, which means like things are just a bit bulkier. But still, it's kind of mad on how little damage the Zamazenta does in a matter like this. But let's see if we're still going to be able to win this one. It's going to be a bit of a difficult one here. But let's see on how the thing's going to go. And we, I think, had a tiny bit of lag there in the beginning by swapping in. I think they got like 3 fast moves in for free. But as you see here, the opponent goes for the charge move themselves. They can go for the close combat here now. And this is going to be interesting. This is going to allow us to get the KO. And we can move on to the next opponent. We will encounter Venusaur in the lead. Venusaur would be actually a Pokemon that would be completely hardware with the Zamazenta if we would have that on it, because we resist both the grass as well as the poison typing. And honestly, that's the thing as well. Zamazenta has like such a cool type in Steel and Fighting. I think it's one of the best types that you can have in the game, because you kind of cover each other's weaknesses as well quite well. For example, Fighting weak to Fairy, as well as Flying type Pokemon there. Steel can cover that up quite well. Steel, of course, Ground doesn't get really covered. Fire doesn't really get covered. But at least like the Fighting type kind of works quite well still with the Steel typing itself. But you have a lot of resistances on this typing. And yeah, it's sad that, for example, the only other Fighting and Steel type Pokemon that's really good is, of course, yeah, Cobalion in the Open Ultra League, but I wish I would be allowed for the Great League. But for the Great League, you only have Lucario, and Lucario is just not really good. Anyway, we will see here now the opponent is going to have the Typhlosion against us. That's alright. Let's see on how things are going to go there. We're going to be able to go for some nice damage there as well. But as you see as well, they already have that Blast Brand stored, and so we're going to be in a bit of a difficult situation here. We have our answer for Typhlosion gone already, and we have just 1 HP left. But they reveal that they're Weezing the back, which we had some solid damage against them, but yeah, good game to the opponent. So, let's take a look here at the next opponent. We're going to encounter the Skeldritch in the lead. That's going to be great for us to face it in the lead, because we don't want to have it in the back at all. We're going to be able to go for the Shadow Punch here. That's going to be alright. This is going to allow us to get the shield from the opponent. We can go for another one. Could have actually went for the full farm down here as well. I think that would have been the better play from me for sure. But let's see on how things are going to go. We will see here that Steelix is going to go up against that Goodra. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for that charge move here as well. It's going to be the Psychic Fangs coming through. And that's actually an alright matchup for us. That's definitely an alright matchup. As we will see here, that we can just get some nice damage onto them. But we're also kind of getting rid of this Pokemon for Zamazenta while we have super effective fast move pressure against them. Like the charge move pressure is going to be a bit crazier. But I guess they're running Stone Edge if they go for Leaf Blade here. because Sacred Sword, of course, would be the better move to go for. And this actually might allow me to get to another move and maybe even allow us to get alignment here. That would be quite interesting. Let's see. We are going to be able to get them super, super low and the sub out into the Gudra. Now we have the Ice Ring damage coming in, doing some nice, super effective damage against the opponent. This is looking really, really good, as we will see here as well. Behemoth Bash is coming through, and we will be able to get that KO against the opponent as they just forfeit basically the battle here. Next up, we will have here the Steelix. Steelix is going to be alright for us. We're going to be able to just go for some damage against them. We can let the move go through again. If they go early, they're going to be either going for the Breaking Swipe, which they decide to go for now, or the Psychic Fangs. And because I went for Breaking Swipe, I'm just going to stay in and go for the Dynamic Punch. Get the shield though, and I can still swap out here into my own Steelix. And to be fair, make a bit of a mistake here. I think I decided to use a shield here, and I should have not done that. Because they showed Breaking Swipe already, most of the times it's Breaking Swipe and Psychic Fangs, so they very likely don't even run the move Earthquake here, which is then silly by me to use a shield. That was not ideal at all, didn't really think about it too much, and as we will see here, that might actually be impacting the battle as well. We're still in a very good position though, like then nonetheless we're in a very, very good position. We have Realignment, we have now Gallistopod against us, but we would have had an extra shield here now if I just thought for things for a moment, instead of just, yeah, use a shield there thinking, oh, I might be Earthquake. Even if it was an Earthquake, we still would have been able to survive it. They're also not running the Shadow Claw as a fast move, which is kind of ideal for us, because we have still our other Pokemon for it then, the Dusknoir. Even the other one can resist the bug typing, so like we kind of alright there. But I'm gonna let the move go here. I'm gonna try to get an energy lead with my Zamazenta as I swap out into the Moltres, and that's actually kind of alright. We resist the fast move, as it's going to be Psycho Punch, a Dark type move against our fighting typing, and we take neutral damage from Fly. The issue is, you know, I just need to hope that we're going to be able to survive one Fly from the opponent, but we're quite bulky with this Zamazenta form. So let's see, can the Crown form survive one Fly from the opponent here? Yes, we can, and with that we're going to be able to win the battle. Behemoth Bash is going to bash them into the ground, and we will be able to win this one now, as also the Gallistopod goes down here. Second to last battle for today. Let's take a look here. We're going to have Lapras. It's such an awkward Pokemon because we actually have super effective coverage with our entire team against Lapras, but they also have kind of a good play with Lapras against our entire team still, which is so, I don't know, contrary. I don't know, like it's a bit an interesting one, yeah. But what we see here as well, we're going to see the Primeape coming in, and weirdly enough, they decide to go for not a close combat, not the Rage Fist, for an Ice Punch. If you're in this position, if you have Ice Punch there as well, just go for Rage Fist. Like, Rage Fist, Ice Punch need us the same amount of damage, one just boosts your own attack, so I don't really see the point of going for the Rage, for that move first. And now they decide to go for Rage Fist afterwards, which allows us to actually get the KO against them, which is great, but it doesn't mean that we're gonna win this yet, because as said before as well, our Zamazenta is not the bulkiest Pokemon. And so it is just a bit of a trickier one, even though it looks so bulky. Like, it's such an awkward Pokemon. I don't know. Like, that's the thing as well. Like, I'm always trying to give you an honest review. Like, it's in such an awkward position where it doesn't do enough damage to be like a sweeper. It doesn't generate. Oh, like, great catch by the opponent here. It doesn't. I don't know. It still takes quite a solid amount of damage. Hey, let me know down below what you think about it so far. Like, we will be able to now go ahead and go for the Behemoth Bash. They reveal that you don't have Overheat, which I definitely survive a player of. I don't survive an Overheat, but I definitely survive a player of. And so, like, I'm alright here, I guess. They're going to always kind of outspeed me, though, so I have to be a bit careful and have to go kind of straight away. But yeah, I don't know. Like, you just are in such an awkward spot where you don't have enough bulk to be a bulky Pokemon. You don't have enough attack to be an attacking Pokemon. So, like, what kind of are you? It's like my question there. But as you see, they can go for the Sparkling Area, well played there. They're going to be able to go for the full farm run in time. Now they have an energy lead against us, and we have a few HP only left. So yeah, that's going to be a good game here. They're going to be able to win this one, and we can move on to the next opponent, where we will see Steelix up against, a Bellybolt now. That's kind of alright. Yeah, Bellybolt is absolutely alright for us, as you're going to be able to go for the Shadow Punch. Now we can swap on into the Steelix. Steelix actually can lose this matchup if you go head to head basically, and you don't have Earthquake on your moveset. But in this case, we just completely wall the opponent, so there's not really anything that is scary here whatsoever. And yeah, we are going to be able to just go for an Earthquake, and that is going to be absolutely alright for us. Earthquake is going to allow us to get the KO. We still have some health here left. We are going to have Realignment. We're going to have the Earthquake coming through against them, which is going to do a lot of damage as well. And so, yeah, this is super, super nice here. We're going to be able to now let this move go as well here when they go for one. It's very likely going to be the Earthquake, but we're going to still have some nice play here with our Zamazenta now. Zamazenta is going to have access to close combat, and they stop out into the Drift Limb, and honestly, I can just stay in here. I can go for the Shield even, and then the Behemoth Bash. It's very likely going to be... Oh, it's actually a Shadow Ball, which is cool for us then. Ah, they're running Hex. They're not running Astonish. But this is going to allow us to get them really low. Low enough that we can farm them down here with our Dusknoir. And now we have energy still on this one. And I know if they go for a charge move here, that's going to be just as Psychic Fang as our Breaking Swipe. And so what we will have here is just going to work out quite well. We can just go for the Dynamic Punch, which is absolutely fantastic. And we have still the Close Combat start for them basically afterwards. So yeah, we are going to be alright. We're going to be able to still go ahead, go for the close combat, and this is going to be a very good game. Zamazenta is going to be able to win us the final battle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.